Live from Boston, it's Keep Pound Den.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for hanging with us there. Happy to be joined now on the guest line by the one and only Zack Luttrell, leader of the Roaring Riot, who I assume you're packing right now, right, Zack? How's it going?
Yeah, I am, man. And we were good until Chris jinxed us about the internet, and then
there you go.
So yeah, I'm putting some last minute stuff together. I actually fly out tomorrow, not till late afternoon. So I'm just trying to tie up all the loose ends, make sure everything's organized for the trip, and then I got to pack at some point. So, camo cargos and a couple Panther shirts. They don't take up a lot of room, so I'm good.
I mean, this must feel a little different, dude. I mean, going back to Santa Clara in a I don't know, exorcise the demons kind of way, I guess. But you couldn't tailgate last time, if I'm not mistaken, right? You can't tailgate at the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl is really weird about the way they do it. I mean, I guess weird is not the right word, but the security is just ultra tight. So you could only get so close to the stadium. When we were there, and Chris could probably speak on this too. He was there. Just getting from San Francisco down to the stadium was just a hassle. I mean, the Ubers were going to be outrageous. They had a economy or an affordable bus that you could take, but it was basically like you had to be at a certain place at a certain time, and you were mixed with a whole bunch of different fans. And if you missed the bus, then you were out of luck. And that just didn't work. Oh, and you couldn't drink on the bus. That was obviously the killer. So we did our own thing, and we ended up finding a limo bus that it came out to about $100 a person, including all the booze that we threw on there, which was a pretty good deal. And we got down there, found a lot that was, it was probably a half a mile from the stadium at least, and if not further than that. And we tailgated for about an hour before they finally made us clear out. So even that far away, we weren't allowed to tailgate.
They actually kick you out. I mean, kick you out, but
they told us that we had to either move on to the stadium, or we got back in the bus and sat in there for about 10 minutes. But it was a beautiful day. I mean, everything was perfect until up until the flare when it went downhill pretty quickly. So yeah, we were having a great time. The weather was nice, and we just decided to go ahead and go into the stadium a little bit early.
Hey, Jericho caught that ball, man.
He absolutely caught that ball, by the way.
Never forget.
But what's new this year? I see we got this whole Tailgate Boosters.
Tell me about this. We're working on that. We just put in a little announcement about that today, but we're just thinking of ways to maybe spread the tailgate out a little bit more. We're adding more. And you've been there, Dan. We're adding more length to it just to make it a little bit longer. So, we can't do much about the width because we have the natural barrier with the hedges on one side and the fence on the other. So we're going to make it a little bit longer. And with the new area we're putting in, we're gonna make that. I don't like using the term VIP, but we came up with Tailgate Booster, and basically what it is you're giving us your donations, your charity donation ahead of time for the season, and it basically comes out to about $30 a game. And for that, we're giving you your own special entrance. There's going to be a brand new. We actually are building 2 new bars for the tailgate. The main bar we're replacing, and then we're putting a new bar over into the booster area. It's going to have its own private porta-john over there. We're going to serve Noda cans over there instead of draft. So just to kind of make it a little bit cool, we're only going to sell 50 of those spaces. So just trying to do something different that'll help us on one side not have as much of a line, and hopefully break out to make the beer lines and the bar lines a little bit less crowded too. So just trying to make the experience more enjoyable for everybody, really.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's weird. I've actually only been to one Riot tailgate in Charlotte.
Was that in 2015 when I saw you?
Yeah, that was when I went to the Cardinals game, but I've been to
those are the fun ones, man.
Yeah, that was one of the 6 fun ones. Yeah, right. And the away games are awesome. And let's be honest, I can't wait for you guys to come here, man. What do you got? What do you got in store for Boston?
Yeah, Boston, we're really excited about that. I mean, obviously, you guys know a lot being up there, but we've got a lot of people coming in town. It's probably one of our biggest trips outside of San Francisco, just because that's the season opener, obviously. But people are pumped. Everybody's making it a 3-day weekend. They're coming in and catching that Sox game on Friday night. We've got a big block of tickets for that, which actually I don't follow the Sox that closely, but aren't they second place now to the Astros? It's going to be a game, I guess, when maybe 2 months ago we weren't sure if it was going to be a game, right?
Dude, we have them Apple Watches up here now. So,
there it is.
Yeah. No, I'm not a huge baseball fan, honestly. I'm a very bandwagon Red Sox fan. I don't follow another team.
Oh, so like most other Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Save it for another pod.
Big Sox fans in the house here. Careful, Chris.
Yeah.
Not me.
But I saw a fever pitch. I like the Red Sox.
I'm a pretty big baseball fan. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan, but I'm definitely, just as a sports fan, a fan of stadiums, and obviously Fenway is up there at the top. So getting to experience that with, we've got 100 tickets, so doing that with all of our Panther fans on Friday night should be pretty fun. Saturday, we're going to give some love back to the Beantown Riot guys up there, and Banshee for taking such good care of them, and want to go in there Saturday. Just have like our little, we always have a welcoming party the night before the game, kick it off a little bit early, just that, people can do whatever they want to do after that. And really, so I can go to bed early. But just to go back into Banshee, spend some money, get everybody together, see where the Boston people get together and for the games. And obviously we're loading up the buses Sunday morning, heading out to Foxborough to take care of business, man.
And you've already worked out the whole tailgate situation over at Gillette, right?
We've got a pretty good idea of it. Ray, the owner of Banshees, he helps out quite a bit. He's not new to having football clubs in his restaurant, so this isn't his first rodeo. So having him, provide some insight, and we definitely went down there. We identified where the lot's going to be and stuff, but because of it being in a tailgate lot, which I try to stay away from those if possible, just because when you're coordinating that many people, to have a venue you could do it at is just so much easier than trying to create a massive tailgate in a visitor's parking lot. But because it's Foxborough, because we're taking buses out there, we'll have all of our equipment ready to roll. We know where we're parking, at least in which area, which lot, and then once we get there, we'll kind of wing it from there. So we'll just pop out with a bunch of people wearing Carolina Panther blue and let them know we're there. Nice.
But let's be honest, though. We got to hit up the Dorchester Brewery, though, Zach. I don't know if that's kind of goes hand in hand with the Banshee next door. They've also been very welcoming to us Panthers fans.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know that was there, but that makes me excited. So I always come in the night before. I want to make sure I'm there when the guests start arriving. So Thursday night's kind of my night to explore, if you will.
Yeah, I was bummed I missed you when you came here in the winter sometime, March maybe.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you caught me on the tail end of going to Detroit and Chicago, so I was a mess by the time I got to Boston. So I wasn't a whole lot of fun.
Well, believe you me, if you would have made it when we were in Boston,
yeah,
you'd have been a real mess.
And it was freezing, Dan. We went out. It was one of the windiest days that I've ever experienced personally. Which just
it actually was. I remember.
Chicago.
It was the reason I couldn't meet you is because my band was playing up in Maine. Right. And it was the cold. It was the beer festival. It was literally the coldest day of the year.
I was so cold that
day. I think I actually played in about 10 degrees.
It was so cold.
10 degrees inside. And it was in a warehouse.
Crazy.
So yes,
we went to Foxborough. We parked and we walked all the way up to the shops and right to the entrance where you can see in the stadium to Gillette. And I was just complaining, it was miserable. I don't know how you guys do it. I can't do it. I'm way too fragile for that.
Yeah, we're. I just had to buy a snowblower. That's an adult move, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I guess.
So we'll see.
Well, actually,
not for me.
The adult move is actually
we get jet skis down here, not snowblower.
Oh, come on,
the adult move. I'll believe it when you actually use it.
Okay.
And Zach, if you get if you have too much fun at the Red Sox game and Saturday when you join the Banshee, get the pub burger. It's the best hangover cure there is in Boston. It is one of the best burgers I've ever had in my entire life, to be honest.
Wait, that burger is at the Banshee, you said?
It is at the Banshee.
All right, I'll do it, man.
And yeah, I do have I got to give you your nice, New England gift basket of all those beers you like too. I still got to do that trip.
Yeah,
I think
for
we're gonna
sure.
have some fun.
Yeah, Bill was up there. Bill Voth was up there not too long ago, and I was whining for him to bring me some beers back. So he managed to bring me one, which beggars can't be choosers. But I was happy to have the heady topper. But he and you both are telling me that that's not all the rage anymore.
Oh, no.
Well, no,
No.
the
It's still delicious.
The heady's the legendary, like you don't mess with it kind of deal.
You gotta use petroleum.
But yeah, there's so many good stuff here. We got you.
I'll tell you what, when we get the beers from Chris, we'll deliver beers to Zach.
Yeah, Chris.
Hey, I was sending swag, not beer.
Hey,
That'd be against the law.
There's two people on this podcast right now that tried to send me beer. One of them was successful. The other one wasn't, Chris. So we can figure that out.
Hey, you can get all my beer up there.
A couple more things, Zach. I didn't get to talk to you about FanFest. I mean, how that kind of went, and what the conclusion of that, of everyone donating tickets for the price. I guess you call it an increase when it goes from zero to actual money. But what was the final result of that? Like how did that go? How much did how many kids did we get to bring? All that I didn't really get to recap that with you.
Yeah, sure, man. We were pretty excited about the way it turned out. Our goal after talking to the Bethlehem Center, which is it's a center here in Charlotte that caters towards lower income families, educational programs, and they kill it. I mean, they do a really good job. The success rate that they have with the kids that are coming through there is really high. And I actually became aware of them when I was participating in the Santa Cam event the previous Thanksgiving. That was one of the stops, so I was able to see Cam interacting with all the kids there and learned a little bit more about the center. So when it was suggested that they might benefit from the tickets to FanFest, I immediately got excited and said, definitely want to work with them. But we met with them and just kind of wanted to hear how we could help. Obviously wanted to supply them with tickets, and they thought 300 would have been a great number for them to give to all their kids, plus their parents and some of the other kids, like their older brothers or sisters. So we set our goal at 300 tickets, and after a few more conversations with them, they didn't ask us for anything beyond that. They were super grateful, but we just kind of understood that, hey, we're going to get them in the stadium, but when they get in there, they're not going to be able to go to concession stands. They're not going to have this extra cash to buy a hot dog or whatever it may be. So we set a goal, in addition to the 300 tickets, to raise $1,500 in cash. And my thought was, the very least, let's give each ticket $5 so they can go in and hopefully get something while they're there, right? A hot dog or soda. So we launched it. We launched the GoFundMe for the cash first, because obviously the tickets didn't come out till, I can't remember the date, whatever that Friday was, or Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, before. So we ended up raising, I want to say it was about $2,700. So we almost doubled our goal, which was amazing. We came a little bit short on the 300 tickets, but I was able to buy some more to supplement to hit that 300 goal. So when it was all said and done, we delivered them 300 tickets to FanFest, and I think it was right under $2,400. So I think that's right, $2,200, somewhere around there. It was about $7, $7.50 a ticket. For spending cash, man. So it was a huge success. They had a blast. A lot of people that donated the tickets were texting me, letting me know that the kids were there and sitting with them, and they got to interact with them too, which was really cool. So, and for those of you that don't know, you could buy up to 6 tickets. So we had our members and other fans just buy all 6. They were keeping 2, 4, whatever, and then donating the rest. So they not only did they donate the tickets, but they got to interact with the kids. So it was a really cool experience for everybody.
That's awesome, man. And we did our part there, Zach. I've still never been to a fan fest, but I'm more than happy to either buy and give away tickets, or especially this year. I mean, is that something that it seems like that this might be the new thing going forward? Is that something that I'm assuming that's something that you might do every year, huh?
Yeah, I would assume that too. I haven't had those conversations to know if that's going to continue. I mean, we had a good idea that it was coming before they announced it, but I would imagine, just the reasons that they're giving, as far as the ticket control. And I think it did work. I think you saw fewer scalpers than you did the year before. Now people had to actually commit to buying something if they were going to try to put it on StubHub. So, I mean, that's always going to happen. There's always going to be an aftermarket for any kind of tickets, especially low price ones. But it definitely was a deterrent. And I think more than just people buying them and scalping them, what I saw a lot the previous year was everybody just went and bought all 6 or got all 6 for free. And then at the last minute, my phone was blowing up the day of like, hey, I can't use any of these tickets. So I think it really reduced that more than the scalpers. But either way, it wasn't a huge deal. And I know there are some families that will be affected, but it'd be cool to do a campaign like that every season.
Love it, man. And we're pumped to have you in the Riot crew, representing us. It's pretty unique. And when we talk about it here in Boston, people can't believe that something like this exists, because like Patriots fans, yeah, sure they exist, everywhere, but I'm just using it because I'm from Boston, but everywhere else is like, I feel like we don't have something like the Roaring Riot. It's pretty unique, I would think. So props to you on that, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys. And obviously having people all over the country is a lot of fun, but yeah, just the Panthers being a relatively young fan base and still up and coming. I mean, we needed a little bit of organization just to get everybody to work together. And, I think that's when I go visit other cities and when I spend time in other chapters and get to meet people there and just kind of see the how it's affected them by being able to now go out to a restaurant or a bar every Sunday and hang out with 25, 50, however many people, that it's kind of like their Sunday during the fall family. I mean, it's a pretty cool experience. And that's really the most rewarding part for me.
I love it, man. Again, talking to Zack Luttrell here from the Roaring Riot. Before we let you go, man, we're going to, a little later, we're going to hop into our bold predictions of the year. They can be Panther related or not. We got to ask you, man, what's your bold prediction for the NFL? It doesn't have to be Panther related. I'm assuming it might be from you.
Probably.
But give us your bold prediction of 2017 here.
So this probably, I don't know if this is really bold, but it seems like it is because I haven't met another person that's really on the same bandwagon, if you will, as I am. But nice and simple. We October 1st go into Foxborough and get out of there with that W. See those boys sitting across from you? Tell them I said that. So hope they heard.
You know, it's funny, Zach. To my left here, Kamish is a Chargers fan.
Oh yeah, okay.
And my man Chase here is a Panthers fan. So we're Patriot free here in the studio.
Oh, perfect.
Tell them to tell the friends in their office.
Just the socks, though. Just the socks. That's all right.
Yeah. But even me, I always tell people I'm a fan of the teams that play in the city of Boston. Sure. It would be the Celtics, the Bruins, and the Red Sox. I'm a huge Bruins fan.
Not the football team.
Yeah, just not.
That's a dig.
So,
I like
it. So Zach, really quick, does Cam outplay Brady?
Does Cam outplay Brady? I think the team outplays the Patriots, man. I think how it's always been, Bobby, is Cam's had to outplay everybody for us to win. And I don't think, even though I think Cam's going to have a huge bounce back year and play really well this year, it's not going to be on his shoulders to win every single game like it was in 2015. Right. Like it always has been. So this is the first time that Cam actually has some help. I think he's going to buy into, to not having to force it down the field, and it's just going to help his play and elevate everybody. So no, I don't think Cam necessarily outshines Brady, but he does what he has to do and gets his people involved, and we come out with a W.
I love it. And it's ironic because I'm actually looking forward to this game for a different reason. I'm tired of this Gronkowski guy being labeled the best tight end in the league. So, I'm looking forward to Greg Olsen really showing out and showing them who the best in the league is. So.
Well, hey, that's week 4. Gronk will probably be out by then, so it won't even hit them.
Shots fired from Zach.
Good one.
Hey, Zach, thanks for joining us, man. And hey, safe travels over to San Francisco. Say hi to our friend Edgar over there.
Absolutely, he's sitting with us, so we'll see him. We've got 180 of us all sitting in the same section, so you should be able to hear us with some Luke and keep pounding chants for sure.
I love that, man. Sure. And I'll see you up here week 4. I'm also coming down to Charlotte for the Panthers. Yeah, obviously the Panthers game, the Dolphins and Packers games.
Okay.
And nice. Hopefully, I think Chris will be there. Hopefully with pants on this time.
Hey man, it was really hot in Philly.
I'll be down there for the Falcons game.
There we go. So we'll rendezvous again. Zach, thanks for hopping in tonight, and keep pounding, man. I'll I'm excited to see this team.
Definitely appreciate all the support you guys give up there, Den. Keep doing a good job, man. We love it.
Let's do it. And thanks a lot, Zach. We'll see you October 1st.
All right, guys. Take care. Thanks.
Thanks, Zach. See you Saturday, buddy.